Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we are in Proverbs, and I really hope you get into Proverbs and enjoy this because there is going to be a lot of law enforcement takeaways from this book. And with that being said, there were a ton just from chapters 1 through 3, as you can imagine, and I want to get to as many of these as I can, so we're going to hop right into this. Chapter 1, verse 2. Solomon writes, Solomon was the wisest man that God had put on the planet up to that time. And Solomon writes this book. And verse 2, right off the bat, he says, well, let me just start with 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of King David, king of Israel. Verse 2, to know wisdom and instruction, to discern the sayings of understanding. So the whole purpose he lays out of this book is to know wisdom and to know understanding. Now that is really important, and for us in law enforcement, I know sometimes we think, well, we're not doctors and we're not attorneys, and people don't think that we're very intelligent because we're police officers. We know that's not true, but this book is all about gaining wisdom and understanding, and it's for us as much as it's for anybody. Wisdom is the apex of human understanding. I mean, you can't get any higher than wisdom, and that's what this book is talking about. But the second part of this verse talks about discipline. Now, anybody in law enforcement knows that without discipline, we're pretty, we don't operate well if we don't have discipline. We have a rank structure. We're paramilitary. We have to have discipline. So this book is all about teaching wisdom, understanding, and discipline. Things that we have to have, things that we need, things that will make us successful in our jobs and in our communities. Verse 3, the Proverb of Solomon, for acquiring disciplined and prudent life, doing what is right and just and fair. Man, that sums up law enforcement's objectives, I guess I should say, the things that we strive to be. We want every officer to do what is right. We want all our citizens to do it right. But for the law enforcement officer who sets the example, to do what's right, to do what's just, and to do what's fair. That's what our communities expect from us, and they deserve that. And that's what we are hired, employed, and called to do, to give that to them, to do that, and to try and make their lives as peaceful as possible. So let's break that down. Do what is right and just and fair. So what is doing right? And please bear with me. I know you're probably going, I think I know what the right thing to do is, but this is knowing right from wrong. Peace officers get that. Being right is being in accordance to what is just, good, and proper. What is just, what is good, and what is proper. And just is the second part of this verse. Doing what is just, justice, the maintenance or administration of what is just. And that's what we do. We go around and we enforce laws to maintain justice, so that we can maintain this thin blue line between chaos and civility. And the people up in the civility don't realize how much and what we have to do to keep this chaos at bay and to keep it from bleeding in to people that are just looking to live a peaceful life and be productive in society. But our job is to keep them safe. So this fairness is an impartiality and an honesty, free from self-interest, free from prejudice or favoritism. It's what's fair. As a kid, we all grew up having a pretty good idea of what's fair. And when something was not fair, we would call it out. That's not fair. And people would tell us, life's not fair. Life's not fair because of that element of chaos and evil that tries to bust through that thin blue line into civilization. So we are here to try and make things fair, free of prejudice, free of favoritism, and all the other things. I mean, that's why the scales of justice, the lady that's holding the scales, that's why she's blind, so that she doesn't look at one person or another person and go, hey, aren't you the guy that donated all this money? So we're going to overlook this crime, but this guy who didn't donate any money to the children's charity because you didn't donate, we're going to charge you with your crime. I mean, that's just a terrible example, but you see where I'm going with this. So great opening to Proverbs. Wisdom, understanding, discipline, doing what's right, doing what is just, doing what is fair. What more could an opening 3 verses have that apply directly to law enforcement? We're running out of time. Let me jump down. If you want to be a successful law enforcement officer, there's a verse in Proverbs 2:7-9. It says, he holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. He guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right, just, and fair. Every good path. Man, if you didn't read this, please go back and read chapters 1-3. I want to leave you with this thought, and it's out of chapter 3, verse 3. It says, do not let kindness and truth leave you. When you're on the job, be kind. Seek the truth. That's our job. Great read. Tomorrow we're in Proverbs 4-6. Come back ready to discuss this one. See you then.